Ladies and gentlemen, I am Brock Beard, and this is your starting lineup as they have qualified for the Kobalt Tools 500 at the newly configured Phoenix International Raceway, Round 9 of the 2011 Chase for the Sprint Cup Championship. On the pole, not quite a new track record, but darn close to it, it's 2002 winner, mighty Matt Kenseth. Starting alongside dangerous AJ Allmendinger has his third front row start in the last 4 races at this track. Row 2, the Tasmanian Devil Marcus Ambrose, his best start since he won at the Glen, and the Mark 5 of 2-time Phoenix winner Mark Martin. Row 3, the New Jersey Fury Martin Truex Jr. and Joplin, Missouri's Jamie McMurray with his best start in 9 races. Row 4, Hudaman, David Rudaman, and in car 14, looking to close that all-important 3-point gap in the championship after that dominating run at Texas, it's the Rushville Rockets 1999 winner, Tony Stewart. Just one position behind Stewart on the inside of row 5. It's black, it quacks, it is sponsored by Aflac, the 99 of point leader and defending winner, Concrete Carl Edwards. He's joined by Casey Citizen Kane, 4 top 5 finishes in the last 6 races. In row 6, the bright yellow fella, Paul Menard, he blasted his way to a record-setting lap at happy hour of more than 141 miles per hour. Regardless, he starts 11th today, next to Brad, the big Keselowski. Row 7, Daytona Night Race winner, the Amazing David Reagan, and the Mayor, 2-time winner, Jeff Burton, with a new look this week. Row 8, sleek and swift, it's Darlington winner Regan Smith, and debuting one of his new schemes for 2012, it's Jimmy Johnson in the Screamin' Skunk. Row 9, the double deuce of Kurt Busch, last one here in the spring of 05, the Red Bulldozer Brian Vickers starts 18th. Row 10, Shakespeare said that brevity is the coal of wit. Give a call to the youngster in car 84 as he makes his first ever Cup start. Robbie Gordon picks up his best start of the year. Row 11, Landon Sandcastle in the James Finch machine, and fan favorite Dale Earnhardt Jr. with the Retro Do Crew. Row 12, the Wonder Boy Jeff Gordon ended that losing streak here in February. The Need for Scott Speed has his best start of 2011 in the Green Stuff Ford. Row 13, sliced bread himself Joey Logano and the Destroyer Juan Pablo Montoya. Row 14, the closer, third place pointsman Kevin Harvick swept the races here in 2006. Today, he'll be mired in the middle of the pack with his teammates, the warrior from Emporia, Clint Boyer. Row 15, the Biffmeister Greg Biffle in the Maguire's Ford, and the Rocket Man 2010 spring winner Ryan Newman honors those who served in the Vietnam War. Row 16, the Toyotas of Corpus Christi's Bobby Labonte, and front row Joe Nemechek. Row 17, the last 2 chasers in the field are Denny Hammer and Hamlin, so close to the win last year, and back in the driver's seat, but without M&Ms for the last 2 races of the season, it's the Wild Thing 2005 winner Kyle Busch. Kyle will start in the back, however, as he changed engines at the start of Friday's practice. Row 18, last week's driver of the 18 was the Texas Twister, Michael McDowell. Today, he returns to HP Racing LLC alongside the principal, Mike Skinner. Row 19, full throttle Travis Kvapil, very close to the wall in qualifying in his number 55, and Casey Mears reappears in the Geico Toyota. Row 20, Mike Bliss had a hard hit in the nationwide race, but is good to go today. He's joined by Jeff Bodine, the inaugural pole sitter of this race way back in 1988. Back in row 21, a great story here, J.J. Yaley's running a patriotic scheme designed by disabled veteran Scott Bates. Bates, now a graphic designer from Oklahoma, created today's paint job entirely through the use of a head-mounted mouse. Today, Bates' sharp-looking ride starts next to Yaley's teammate, David Gilliland. And in row 22, all by himself, it's the Buckeye Bullet, Dave Blaney. 3 teams failed to qualify this week. Scotty Riggs was not quite able to get the R3 Motorsports car into its first Cup race, and the team's first Cup attempt in more than a year. David Stremme and Inception Motorsports know that a 27.3-second lap in the real world is like an eternity in the dream world. And with his first DNQ since the Coca-Cola 600, road racer Andy Lally in the big Macintosh machine. Lally had a terrible weekend, slamming the turn 4 wall in practice and going to a backup car that spun out in qualifying. Unfortunately, with this DNQ and just 1 race to go, the 71 team now has a slim chance of breaking back into the top 35. And ladies and gentlemen, there's your field for the Kobalt Tools 500.